Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's nearly that time again, nearly 12:30 on a Wednesday. So you know what that means. Gonna get some news. Some lovely, lovely news. Yes, yes, yes. We're all set up. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Hope you're having a fantastic day out there. And then I'm off for a pint with a friend. That's what I'm gonna do. Chill out a bit, take a bit of a relaxed stance today. Just waiting for 12:30 now. A few seconds left. Okay, let's go. It is 12:30 on Wednesday, and that means news, news, news. Yes, we love the news here at DPR News with your host, Dick Payne. Dickie P. Yes, we like that. Okay, our first story of the day is a very, very interesting one. Good God, it's so interesting. I don't know where this is, how this has been covered up for such a long time. But this morning, I believe it was about 6 o'clock this morning, in University of Leicester. This is at De Montfort, University of Leicester. There has been a very serious incident. That's as much as anyone knows about it. It's incredible how it's just been covered up for such a long time. There are road closures in place. Police have cordoned off the area. Uninformed reports suggest... unconfirmed reports suggest it was a multiple stabbing, and a man in his 60s was pronounced dead at the scene. Very, very strange. I don't know if that's true. Again, it's unconfirmed, but all we know for certain is that since about 7 o'clock this morning, the University of oh, bugger off.
This evening, we're working
The university. Oh God.
As they launch an immediate
I'm just getting so many messages through to my phone that keeps popping up in front of the news that I'm trying to read. Bugger off. So news coverage of the university. No one knows what's going on there. It's just incredible. Just unconfirmed reports at the moment. I don't know what's happening at De Montfort University in Leicester. If anyone knows, please do feel free to comment or write in or anything. Do what you want. Okay, let's go for the next story, as that one is going nowhere. I don't think we're going to get any truth out of that anytime soon. So, what can you do? We have Basil the Great, who has posted on X to say, French prosecutors issue summons to Elon Musk. They are they demand he testify in April in French court regarding ex-Grok making bikini pics. This is absolutely insane. It is insane, and they're not going after any other. Um, they're not going after any other chatbot or anything like that or AI regarding anything else. The worst, in my opinion, is Snapchat. That has always been abysmal to me. I've been on there a couple of times, and each time it's just full of women saying, join this, join that, and do this, do that." It's just a weird place to be, Snapchat, for me. So I deleted it many years ago, and I've never gone back, basically. We also have in Sheffield last night a large Muslim mob started intimidating locals with weapons. This is why we need mass deportations. That is from Basil the Great on X. He's not wrong. I mean, if you watch the video, feel free to look up Basil the Great on X and just look at Sheffield last night. Just a great big Muslim mob just going crazy down the streets, just doing what they were like. And there's not a policeman in sight. Are you telling me no one has reported this? No one has reported that to the police while it was happening. Utter nonsense. They just didn't turn up. They just couldn't be bothered, so they didn't. And that's the police. They don't want to upset. They just don't want to upset these people. Absolutely disgusting. We have from Basil the Great again on X. Seeing things like this is becoming more and more common in the UK. People are sick of migrant people and sick of Islam. People are sick of the government. They want Britain for British people. And the picture is a building that says, keep the dirty Muslims out of our villages. Child rapists. Yeah, they've got a point. I mean, the Muslim gangs would sort of go along with that, and back that up. There's so much truth in that that it's undeniable. No one can sit there and say now, oh, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, because we know it did. And for so long, the left have been doing that, just saying, "Oh, it didn't happen. It's just rumors. It's just lies." No, it's fact now. But of course, they've moved on to other shit because they're morons. Jacoby has posted on X to say that a New Yorker has had enough of the Islamist terror marches. Fuck Palestine. They brought down the World Trade Center. They were jumping for joy in Palestine, giving out candy. Now they parade through our city with fucking Palestine flags. Yeah, I actually absolutely agree with this sentiment. I can remember, I'm old enough. I'm an old guy. I'm a very old guy. I can remember when the World Trade Centers went down. I was actually in school at the time, and I just remember the class just stopping. They carted a TV into the room, and we were all just told, just sit and watch, because like this is going to be a major part of history. And I remember the news reports going out then, and they were filming people in Palestine, and they were dancing in their vans, they were dancing in the streets, they were praising Allah and all of that, and they loved it. They loved that the World Trade Centers got torn down. And now what, 20 years later, you have people marching in the streets in America saying free Palestine, when Palestine absolutely hates them. It genuinely does. It's not a secret. They don't make a secret of it. They genuinely hate America and American values. They hate all of it. It's the same with Britain. They hate British values, which is why they attack it. They try taking it down. I don't know if you've seen this morning that a statue has been stolen from East London. We'll go into that in a little while because I have that saved. But that's what they do. They tear down your history in any country that they go to, and then they try and replace it with their own by saying, "Hey, we did this, you didn't." And it works for the most part. It works. That's the worrying thing. And it's working in Britain and America now, and Canada and Australia. It's working across the West, all of Europe, all of Europe. So, Sweet Thing posted on X saying, "Since when did patriotism become unacceptable or controversial political view?" And this is addressing a young lad who goes into his university class, sits down in class, and he's wearing a shirt with the American flag on it. The professor immediately kicks him out of lesson. Just get out. There's no reasoning. He just says get out of the classroom. All because this young lad is wearing an American flag. It doesn't say anything controversial or anything like that. It's just an American flag shirt. So apparently that's reached America now. We've had this in Britain for quite some time. To be fair, we did warn you guys that this was coming to America. Whether you believed us or not, that is absolutely up to you. And yeah, it's on your head, be it, you know. Whether you choose to fight that immediately and just nip it in the bud straight away, or let it continue, try covering it up like we did in Britain, or our governments and whatnot did in Britain, and let it carry on. You know, it's absolutely up to America what they do in that situation. Personally, I think it's gone on to far too long in England now. I think anyone that sees anything like that, if you're at university and a guy or a girl comes in wearing a British flag shirt, and the professor goes to send them out, stand up in protest and just say, well, if they're going, I'm going. There's nothing wrong with wearing a patriotic T-shirt that just features a flag on it, or our flag on it. So our next story is, we have Thomas Sowell quotes on X, and he says, when men stop doing the dangerous job, when men stop getting married, when men stop having kids, what's your plan? Now, this is addressing a Pearl Davis speech that she made, and she's debating with a feminist. And so that's basically what Pearl says when she's debating with this feminists. She said, when men stop doing the dangerous jobs, which we are, when men stop getting married, which we are, and when men stop having kids, which we are, what's your plan? And the feminist just has nothing. She just stands there and says, I don't care. Now, the reason that I've added this story is because I have actually inadvertently, subconsciously, I guess, I was unaware. And I'm not red pilled or anything like that. I don't do the whole men versus women thing. That's out of my league, basically. I don't address anything like that. But this one, I found it fascinating because I am actually one of those people. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that I was apparently red pilled. I didn't know I was sort of going down the route of what being red pilled is, because I refuse to get married. I will never ever get married. I've been with my girlfriend now for 10 years, not get married. I refuse to have kids because I don't want them growing up in a Muslim country and becoming Muslims, and that is basically what Britain is becoming now. And I won't have that. I'd rather my legacy, my genes die out with me rather than passing on to Muslim heritage in a country full of lies, because that's what Britain will become. I'm out of work now. I was an electrical engineer. I've been doing it for 20 years, suffered with depression for 10 years, but always managed it. I did have to have like 1 day off a month to deal with the depression, but always managed it. and it's only over the last couple of years that it's gotten too bad, which suspiciously coincides with when Britain got really, really bad. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know if there's a connection there between my mental well-being and the connection and the condition of the country and the way it's going. You can feel free to analyze that yourself in the comment section and whatnot. You feel free to do that. But yeah, I suffer with severe bipolar depression and I no longer work. So I am absolutely the person or one of the people that Pearl Davis is talking about. And I didn't even set out to do that. I didn't mean to become that person. But apparently it's becoming very widespread now. There are a lot of young men that are just saying, no, I'm not doing any of these things throughout the West. And I understand it. I genuinely do. If a young man says, I'm not going to get married, I'm not going to have kids, I'm not going to contribute to society, because society is broken. It is, there's nothing good in Britain anymore. It's a different country to what we grew up in, to what our parents grew up in. It's different now, and it's not good. None of it is good. So yeah, I guess there is a worrying number of people, particularly men, that are just choosing to say no. I'm not part of society anymore. I'd rather go my own way and do my own thing. Fair enough, really. Okay, we have American AF. Let's say it, American as fuck. Has posted on X to say white liberals treat black people like we're less than, while white MAGA treats us like we're equal. Yeah, again, this is another thing where the lefties think they're being great and wonderful by sort of, saying to black people and Muslims, oh, we're on your side, we'll do anything for you, I'm guilty, I'll do anything to make amends and make it proper, and do you want me to be Christian? I'll be Christian. Do you want me to be Muslim? I'll be Muslim if you want. Whereas MAGA people, normal people, like the people on the right, they just say, you're right, mate. That's it. There's no need to fucking pander to anyone in life, anyone at all, to your boss, to your partner, to anyone, to ethnic minorities. You don't need to pander to anyone. If you treat people like fucking people, they'll treat you like fucking people. It's really that simple. And this guy, he's a black guy, by the way, and he says, yeah, I don't like white liberals because they try pandering to me. They try too hard to bloody make me fit in, make me feel accepted, and it just makes you feel like you're different. It just makes you feel like you're not fucking accepted. Like people have to make special measures to accommodate you because this guy's black. No, you just treat him like a normal fucking person. That's it. I have plenty of black friends. I've never treated them any different from how I'd treat a white person or a Chinese person or anyone else for that matter. And you know what? They all say I'm fucking awesome. So I'm doing something right. Tommy Robinson has posted a child sex offender who had evaded police was finally captured following a live facial recognition deployment in Hackney. Mohammed Patel was wanted for child sex offences. His punishment after all of this was 12 months imprisonment, suspended for 12 months. So he didn't even get a prison sentence, even though he's a child sex offender who has been evading police. Absolutely astronomical. I'm not sure if this is the case where the police officer, the arresting officer, has threatened to quit the force over the way CPS are dealing with these cases, but I hope it is. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Imagine you're a police officer, wanker, but imagine for a second, if you can, that you're a police officer, wanker, and you make an arrest of a paedophile, and you think, yeah, I've done a great job, you know, brought him to justice, and then you send him off to the powers that be, your next higher ups that are going to deal with him, and they let him off with a 12-month suspended sentence. You just feel like, well, what the fuck is the point? What is the point in doing any of this, you know? I've already said I will never be a police officer for that reason alone. Plus, everything they want you to do in the police is just absolutely abysmal. It really is. So this is nothing new. You know, this isn't a special case. I can understand why these police officers who genuinely want to do a good job just leave the force, because they can't do a good job. They're incapable of doing a good job because of the powers above them just want them to be little lefty minions and just harass tweets online and harass people at protests on the right. It's just absolutely disgusting the way that these systems are set up now, and they don't work. We can all see they're not working, but but they just refuse to change these systems, you know. Good God. So we have Queen Natalie, who has posted on X again. New £5 million mosque just opened up in Blackburn, funded by billionaire Asda owners, no less. Why on earth have they put up great big minarets that will be speakers for the call to prayer? We all know what traditionally comes out of those things 5 times a day. Yeah, so if you live in Blackburn and you notice that there's a great big mega mosque, or whatever they call it, a £5 million mosque just been built in your local area, I would buy some earplugs. I would buy some very loud speakers, as I would imagine soon you're going to get some Islamic call to prayers blasted through your streets, blasted into your house. It will be absolutely everywhere. There'll be no escaping it at all. And I genuinely feel sorry for you, because if you do live in that area, because when it comes to selling your house as well, what you're going to do? Say to people, oh, yeah, just hang on. Yeah, this will stop in a minute. You got to put up with this 5 times a day. Yeah, brilliant. Do you want to buy my house? No, fuck off. Jesus Christ. No comments on the YouTube stream, unfortunately. Feel free to get involved. Feel free to write messages if you'd like to. We have HGB News on X, who have said the Home Office is now moving undocumented men from hotels into HMOs in local communities. A local resident films their new neighbours. So this is a guy that has lived on this street, obviously for quite a while. He's been there before a HMO was there, and now there's a HMO there. Outside his house, there's just migrants fighting. It looks an absolute shithole because of this, and they're up against cars. They're hitting cars. Couldn't care less. I think I see a couple of beer cans there. Yeah. So you've got to live that next to that. You've got to get up and go to work every day, and watch these invaders move in next to you, and just fight outside your house. Again, when it comes to selling your house, people are going to look at your neighbours and just say, no, fuck that. Your house price is going to drop drastically. One moment, excuse me. Well, you know, people wanted cheaper houses in Britain. Well, you're going to get them, because no one's going to pay to live next door to fucking invaders. So the only thing you can do in that scenario is drop the price of your house. You'll make a loss. You'll make a great big loss. But the invaders, they'll be very happy, as will, you know, youngsters that will buy these places and then just live in misery there. Fantastic. You love to see it. I'm just going to move that across just a little bit. Great stuff. American as fuck has posted again on X. A pregnant anti-ICE rioter cries after getting hit in the stomach with a rubber bullet. Who the fuck riots while they're pregnant? Yeah, that is a bloody good point. You're supposed to be a responsible parent. You're not even a parent yet of a child that's born. You're a parent of an unborn child. And even in the fucking womb, you cannot look after your child, you dense bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't go to riots while you're pregnant. You don't go to fucking anti-ICE bloody protests while you're pregnant, you fucking idiot. Jesus, fuck me, Christ. I'll tell you what, take that baby from her as soon as it's born. As soon as that baby's born, take the fucking thing from her and give it to somebody, foster it to somebody that actually gives a shit. If you're protesting, if you're rioting while you're pregnant, you're a fucking moron and you don't deserve to be a parent. That's how I feel about it. And I'm sure there's not a lot of people that would argue with that sentiment. Fucking hell. Dumb bitch. I am, yes, you are, no. Great name, by the way. Great name on X. I am, yes, you are, no. On X has posted a video, and he's put African migrants were expelled and detained at Munich Fair after firing a pellet gun at visitors. This is how a high trust society is ruined and why deportation is necessary. Yep, I absolutely agree. So this is one of those pellet gun stalls that you get at fairs, where you get the cans or something lined up across the back. The guy hands you a gun, an air rifle, with a preloaded pellet in it. And if you can knock one of them down, or a few of them, whatever, you get a teddy bear or something. Now, those are not weak rifles. They are designed that they can kill rats and mice and maybe a monkjack or something like that, maybe, if you hit it in the right spot. And this guy, this African guy, African migrant, he takes hold of the gun and then immediately turns it on other people that are at the fair. He has no intention of shooting the targets, which is obviously safe to do so. No, he turns it immediately to the people near him and starts shooting, or shoots one anyway. Of course, everyone freaks out, and the owner of the stall takes the gun away from him. It just shows the level of mentality with these people that are coming into our countries. You can't even have something as simple as an air rifle shooter at a fair, because some dickhead from Africa is going to come along and just use it against other people and make it dangerous. What a fucking cunt. We have Nick Sautor on, that's a cool name, by the way, Nick Sautor, on X. He has posted LMFAO. Let's use the proper words, shall we? Laugh my fucking ass off. The Tongva tribe whose stolen land Billie Eilish's $14 million mansion site sits on, called out Eilish for being a hypocrite. So if you don't already know, I'm going to fill you in on this, okay? So what happened was, it was the Grammys. I'm sure you didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. It's shit. Why would anyone watch it? But at the Grammys, Billie Eilish, in her infinite wisdom, decided to say that no immigrants are in fact immigrants. I hate ICE, and that there are no illegal people on stolen land, which in itself is contradictory, because if there are no illegal people, then it can't be stolen land because it's free land. Get it? So you can't build a house on fucking land that's not stolen, you dumb bitch. But anyway, she has a $14 million mansion. And the Tongva tribe have said, yeah, that was an ancient burial ground of ours, and we'd appreciate it back. So Billie Eilish has put herself in a terrible position now, where she either has to practice what she preaches and give her mansion back to these Tongva tribemen, or be a hypocrite and say, no, I actually bought this land, I bought this mansion, it's mine now. Your choice of path, Billie Eilish, you dense bitch as well. You can't keep coming out with this bollocks that the left keep coming out with, and then expecting you people not to call you out on it. I mean, I love that an actual tribe, an Indian tribe in America, is calling her out for that. It's just not the right wing people. It's not the, I don't know, MAGA people or anything like that. No, this is an official Indian tribe saying to Billie Eilish, "Well, you need to put your put into practice what you preach and give us our fucking land back." Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Sammy Woodhouse on X has posted, Labour mayor helped hide evidence when her son, 41, was arrested for raping a 15-year-old girl, court told. So this is a Labour mayor. If you haven't seen the list, look up the list of Labour MPs and mayors, etc., that are nonces, that are on sex offenders registers, that have been caught out meeting underage people. Look that list up. It is astonishing. I genuinely don't believe there is a sensible non-nonce in the Labour Party. I genuinely don't. That list is so fucking long. It's incredible. So do look it up. I have posted about it many a times on my X account. So if you want to look it up there, feel free to do so. But it is incredible how many Labour Party members are just nonsense. And it's one of those things as well, I've said this before, where when it gets to, let's say, over 50% of a party or a company or an organisation, when it gets over 50% of them that are doing a crime, that are nonces or that are committing fraud or anything like that, I think it's fair to say, just categorize them all the same and just say, you look, if you work for the BBC, like you're likely to be a nonce, okay? So anyone that works at the BBC, you're all fucking nonces. Same with the Labour Party now. I'm sure over 50% of them are nonces or sexual offenders. So it's okay now to say you're all fucking nonces, you're all fucking sexual offenders. Absolutely disgusting people. If you voted for Labour, please do just go and run into a brick wall and just try and knock some fucking sense into yourself. Absolute idiots. I'm sure you never anticipated that it would be this bad, but bloody hell, I don't think anyone did, to be fair. It's just absolutely disgusting. This Labour Party spent 14 years, instead of preparing to get into power, no, they were noncing. They were cutting deals with Muslims, cutting deals with foreigners, just being absolutely disgusting people. Adam Brooks, aka Essex PR, on X has posted, she was walking home from school. We told you over and over again, these monsters cannot control themselves. And this is with reference to a migrant who was 70 years old, who told a girl of 12 years old to cover her head before sexually assaulting her on her way home from school. And guess what? Guess what? He was spared jail. He was spared jail. So he committed this disgusting crime, and he was spared jail. So again, under Labour, the police and everything, they have changed. I don't care what anyone says. When Labour came into power, the police and everything just changed. I mean, I know they've always covered up for nonces and Muslim rape gangs and things like that, but I don't think they were ever as bad as what they are now. And again, I would like to reiterate, the police and the CPS, they are all nonces too, because again, over 50% of them are sexual offenders or rapists or nonces, and so you can just say fuck it, you're all fucking rapists, monsters, nonces, and that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. If anyone tries catching you up on it, just say nah, it's absolutely fine. Dick Payne says it's fine to categorize you all as fucking nonces because over 50% of your fucking workmates, they're all fucking nonces, dirty cunts. We have concerned citizen on X who has posted. Meanwhile, in Sheffield, UK, yesterday, large gangs of Muslims marched through the streets of Northern City, all carrying weapons. This invoked a huge police presence. Yeah, much later on, not while they were marching. Let's get that straight. The police didn't turn up when these Muslims were marching through the streets, smashing things up with weapons. They didn't turn up while they were marching. No. They turn up afterwards, as they do, you know. We'll wait for it to die down. We'll wait for them to get out of the way. We'll wait for them to get bored and go home. And then we'll get on the streets, make it look as if we're doing something, you know. Make it look as if we're really busy. When in fact, we're doing absolutely fuck all. Good stuff. Well done, police, again. You've shown your true colours. Just absolutely disgusting force there. You serve no purpose whatsoever. So we have GB News, who has posted on GB News. 2 people confirmed dead after aircraft crashes near beauty spots in the UK. We have Greater Manchester Police has confirmed 2 men have died after an aircraft crashed near a popular beauty spot. Officers were called to reports of a light aircraft crash within the town of Littleborough, Rochdale, today. Couldn't have crashed in a better place, to be honest. Rochdale was a fucking shithole. But the reason that I've added this is, why are there so many plane crashes these days? Why are there so many fires these days? What the fuck is going on? I mean, the plane crashes, I can kind of understand that because they've got all these DEI hires now that they can't get rid of now. You know, so that they can say, oh, we're multi-ethnicity at this airport, where we pander to the fucking weakest of people. Just so that we can make a good image of ourselves. But when it comes to your safety, fuck that. That's out the window. That comes secondary to hiring an ethnic minority or a transgender or a fucking paedophile again. Back to paedophilia, the fuckers. Yeah, so I just don't understand how we're having so many crashes and everything these days of planes, trains. Yeah, I just don't get it. That's the only thing. That's the only logical thing that I can think of. They've hired people because of who they are, not what they can do. And so these people are completely unprepared to deal with real life situations. And so they crash. That sounds pretty rational to me. That sounds pretty normal. Otherwise, it could be workmanship within the planes. Are people just building these planes to a really shit standard now? Is that what it is? It's definitely one of those 2 fucking things, because I can't think of anything else that would cause a fucking plane to crash. Sorry, I got a little bit worked up there. I'm gonna calm down just a second. 1 second. I'm just gonna have a drink. My apologies, I do get a little bit angry. We have My London News on Threads. A paedophile who sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl at a school in North London has avoided prison. First one. This is the third one, sorry. Third one in this news hour alone. In this news hour alone. And what are we? We're 36 minutes into it. We're just over halfway, and we're on our 3rd paedophile that's avoided prison. Fucking amazing country. The police officer who built the case against him was so gobsmacked he is considering leaving the job. Considering, I'd like to point that out as well, considering, now he didn't say that is fucking disgusting, I am getting the fuck out of here. I would rather spend my valuable time doing something worthwhile. I would rather start a podcast and reveal all the secrets, the dirty little secrets of the police, because that would be more beneficial to British people than what the fuck we're doing here. Because we're catching these paedophiles, and the CPS are just letting them go. Absolute waste of fucking time. What's the point? What purpose do you serve? and the CPS, what purpose do you serve other than arresting and prosecuting hurty wordy people on fucking X like me? You'll arrest me for saying BBC are fucking nonces, but you won't arrest the BBC nonces for being fucking nonces, will ya? You cunts. GB News has put out a story saying Elon Musk's X offices in Paris are being raided by French police amid investigation into the social media platform. Now, again, one thing that I would just like to point out with regards to this happening is these police officers, these governments, these, Europe and Britain, they're not going after any other app. They're not going after any other social media platform. Now, why is that? Now, why would that be? Let's just think about it for a moment. Let's put our old thinking caps on and give it a look-see, yeah? I reckon it's because X is the #1 source of news throughout the Western world now. That's where people get truth. That's where people get the opinions, proper opinions from. That's where people can actually speak their mind. And so people are drawn to it. People like truth. People like speaking their mind. And people like to speak their mind themselves. That's why people are using X. But the governments don't like that, do they? They don't want you speaking your mind. They don't want you sharing truth. They don't want any of that stuff. They want you to munch up their propaganda like it's a fucking Happy Meal and your free gift is a fucking rapist on your street. That's what they want. Fuck me sideways. Like I've said so many times before, the worst app for sexual images, for child fucking pornography, for anything like that, for stupid little girls messaging and saying, hey, look at my pictures. The worst app ever for that is Snapchat. And yet these cunts, not a fucking word from them. Quiet as a mouse. Even the mouse is cunts in the House of fucking Parliament. Again, oh, you cunts, why ain't you prosecuting Snapchat? Why not? Why aren't you going after Snapchat with the same gusto that you're going after X? Fucking mystery, innit, eh? No, it's because they're cunts. Everyone's a fucking cunt. Again, I got a little bit worked up there, maybe, perhaps. I do apologise. Actually, no, I don't. Fuck it, I don't apologise. Bollocks to you. Right, so we have Gaines Linda on Threads says, yes, thumbs up, all states 100% America. ICE raids are increasing in cities with large Muslim populations. Do you support these operations? That is what she has posted. And I absolutely do support these operations. I wish we had them in England. My God. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't support these, then basically you're a fucking moron, because all they're doing is protecting their citizens. They're taking away illegal peoples that don't really want to integrate, that don't want to live by Western culture. They just want to be twats. That's all they want to do. They want to rob you, fuck you, and then kill you. That's all they want to fucking do. So Trump and these ICE motherfuckers are going, hey, we're the fucking A-team now. We're going to come round in a big black van with a fucking great big red stripe down it, and we're going to kick your asses back out of America, and you can fuck off. Why can't Britain do that? Seriously, why can't Britain do that? For fuck's sake. I'm so jealous of America right now. I really am. Instead, we get Keir Starmer, who trips over when he's going to meet other officials from around the world. Trips over like a little fucking bitch. Makes the worst impression possible for any fucking politician to make, hey? The worst thing you can do, probably, is just trip over like a little bitch right in front of them, you know? And he weren't quick to get back up off of his knees either. So you can tell he spent plenty of time on his knees just sucking these fuckers off. Like a little bitch he is. GB News has said Peter Mandelson faces criminal investigation over Jeffrey Epstein email leak scandal. To be honest, with this one, the only reason I've had this is just to clear one thing up. I do not give a fuck about the royal family. They can all go fuck themselves as well. They're another one where over 50% of them are paedophiles and nonces and fucking sexual deviants, that I'm happy to list them all now as sexual deviants. Even fucking Kate. Even Sarah Fergie. Fuck it. I do not give a shit about the royal family, and I do not give a fuck about the Epstein list yet. I will do when we get some truth out of it, when we get the full list and nothing's redacted or any bollocks like that. That's when I'll pay attention to it. But the shit that they're doing at the minute, where they're feeding you little drips of information, they're letting somebody take the fall for a while and then they'll release another one, and just drip feed you information. Fuck off, just release them. Let's have it all at once. Let's get all these nonces at once and just fuck them all over at once. Why do we need to drip feed this information? So that's when I'll report on the Epstein list, when we've actually got the full fucking picture. Absolutely disgusting. Fergie suffers blow. This is Sarah Ferguson. Suffers blow as charity to close for foreseeable future, just days after Epstein allegations emerge. So I'm not the only one, obviously, that's turned my back on the royal family and this Epstein stuff at the minute. Obviously, charities and companies and other brands and things, they're all saying the same thing. They're just saying, look, we don't want any affiliation with you whatsoever, okay? You're too toxic now. In fact, the whole royal family at the moment, for the foreseeable future, is too toxic to get involved with. And that's what happens when you've got nonces in the family, when you hang around with nonces, when you're employed with nonces. That's what happens. You become an accomplice nonce yourself, okay? So, again, just fucking... Just get these nonces out of these countries. Get these nonces onto a little island and just absolutely just beat the fuck out of them. Just the death sentence is too good for them. Just let them starve on a fucking island somewhere. Let them fight each other and become cannibals. That'd be entertaining. Fuck it. I'd watch that. British great-grandfather wins 2 trampolining gold medals at the age of 91. Well done to him. But then again, you look at the competition of what's being produced these days, and everyone just sits on their computers. Kids don't, and young people don't really do trampolining. Fair play to him. Well done. I shouldn't imagine there was much competition. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, well done to him. Really happy for him. It's great to see someone of that age that's still enjoying a very active sport that maybe, I think, in time will get lost to like technology and things like that. When we get to the point where Ready Player One is actually possible, I think at that point all kind of active kind of things, trampolining, running, cycling, I think all of that will just go out the window. So we have Amelia the Patriot, who says, "Oi, has anyone seen this? Now they're trying to warn you about the danger of Amelia memes." Oh, hang on. This is from Amelia, so I'm going to have to put on a girl's voice, as if Amelia's saying it. Yeah, hang on a sec. Hi. Is that on?
Hi. Hi. There you go. Yeah, this is Amelia. Oi, has anyone seen this? Now they're trying to warn you about the dangers of Amelia memes. The bastards! Have they not heard of the Streisand effect? In celebration of Safer Internet Day on the 10th of February, it's only right this goes viral by then. So basically what they've done, the government or this company, What they've done is they've made a video warning kids about Amelia, about me. I'm sweet as a button. I'm sweet as a sweetie pie. Don't warn people about me. I'm lovely.
So yeah, I mean, these people are warning kids and stuff. They're making videos to warn people about Amelia, who was obviously the character from that shit game the government put out. And now that she's going viral, she's a sensation, shall we say? And they obviously don't like it, the powers that be. So now they're making videos warning people about Amelia, and you shouldn't like her. She's terrible. Yeah, fuck them, basically. You know, they made her. They released this this monster, in their opinion, and now they're trying to put it back in the can. No, it doesn't work like that. We love Amelia now. Us right wingers, we love Amelia. She's great, and she's not going anywhere. She's going to be around for years and years to come. We have self-driving taxis are coming to London. Should we be worried? Right, so I guarantee you the first thing that's going to happen with these taxis, these self-driving taxis, is a load of youths are going to see them and immediately just smash them up. That's what's going to happen. That's it. And then you'll get like taxi drivers and things like that who'll be pissed off because they've just lost their job to a car that drives itself, essentially a taxi that drives itself, and they'll be pissed off, so they'll just smash it up. This is not going to work in England. They'll just get smashed up. Think of that guy who stole the little robot delivery bot. I believe it is in Milton Keynes when they were testing them. Think of that guy who stole that, and then the company offered to buy it back off him. He stole it. He just picked it up off the street, and they offered to buy it back off him. So he made like $3,000 just by stealing a bot and then selling it back to the people that that he stole it from. And they probably paid that because they knew the police weren't going to catch him. The police were going to do absolutely bugger all. And so they thought, well, if we want it back, we better buy it back because the police are going to do shit all. And that's where we're at in Britain. BYD, or BYD, however you want to say it, to install 300 EV chargers in the UK that charge as fast as petrol pumps. Bollocks. Bollocks, 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 bollocks. Absolute bollocks, bollocks. You're never going to get a battery to charge as fast, even close to as fast, as what you can put liquid into a tank. Electricity doesn't flow like that. It doesn't work like that, especially with the power you're using on an EV, on an electric vehicle. It's impossible. It will never be as quick as that. The only way you'd have that operation happen to get a full battery in seconds or a very few minutes is to drop the battery, the discharged battery, out of the vehicle and replace it with a new one, and then you drive off again, which was considered when EVs were becoming popular. But obviously it cost millions upon millions to install these machines to hold these batteries, to service them when they're dropped out of the engine, to check them over. It would cost millions, probably billions. It would never work. And so you're stuck with plugging your car in for hours or even half an hour to get a full charge. It's, believe me, trust me, you are I'm an electrical engineer. You are never ever going to get an EV that will charge as fast as putting petrol in a car. It's not possible. Don't fucking lie. Stop lying. They're talking shit. And that's from Beehive News. Yeah, so I mean, make of that what you will. I'm calling absolute bollocks on that one. This is as much nonsense as the electric planes. Do you remember when they were talking about them? I think Dale Vince Dale Vince was sort of leading the charge on that and saying, yeah, electric planes, they're the future. No, bollocks. It's impossible. You're never going to get electric planes until we get a new power source, and until you'd have to have like a mini nuclear reactor or something on there, on the plane, on each plane. Never going to happen. Basil the Great has posted on X to say Keir Starmer's war on pubs continues. He is determined to close down as many single pubs in the UK. Oh, for God's sake. He's determined to close down every single pub in the UK. Alcohol duty has now been raised to its highest ever level. This means that for a £6.50 pint, pubs will only make 28 pence profit. No wonder they've all barred him. Imagine that. That's incredible, isn't it? Of a £6.50 pint, a pub will only make 28 pence profit. That's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, it plays into their books though, because they do want to shut down pubs, because obviously they want to appease the Muslim population, and they don't want them getting in the way when the Muslims take over the country. So yeah, I mean, you can close them down and then use those buildings as mosques as it's happening. You know, it would make for a gentler transition to Islam. So I Am British on X has posted, a Pakistani businessman fled the UK after his involvement in a £3 million benefits scam, and now he has returned. And guess what? He is on full benefits. He's already scammed 3 million out of the benefits. They know about it. He fled, came back, and now he's back on benefits. Beautiful, beautiful. But if you're British and you're on benefits, oh my, you are going to be questioned. You are going to be antagonized. You're going to be looked into. Your bank account is going to be looked into, and everything, because you're British, and you're automatically a criminal in that case. Whereas if you're a Pakistani Muslim, nope. You carry on, mush. You carry on doing exactly what you're doing. You are absolutely fine. This country is run and governed by wankers. That is the truth of it. So we have a post on X from Kira Diss, and he has put, the DVLA is racist. Do tell me more. That's the claim by this Muslim in Rochdale, as a number of untaxed cars were clamped by the DVLA in one day in the same area. No racism, no, just drivers on our roads not respecting our laws. Yes, absolutely. And this is going to become much more of a widespread problem. And you're going to get so many cars now that are going to get into accidents by uninsured drivers. Because again, these foreigners, these invaders, they don't respect our laws. They don't care. They'll just buy a car, get in it, and go and drive somewhere. They don't care. They do not care. And the only people that lose out on this is British people, because then insurance premiums go up. Then if you get hit by one of these uninsured drivers, you don't get anything back. You know, it's just lose all around for Britain, everywhere you go. But if you're a foreigner in this country, you're all good. Don't worry about a thing. You're taken care of. We're going to end there. It is now 56 minutes into this show. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and try to behave out there. Cheers all. Bye.